Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Greetings and best wishes of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq are conveyed by His Highness Sayyidi Yazim bin Haytham to His Majesty the King of Jordan during the marriage ceremony of the Crown Prince of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. 3 development agreements are signed for the production green hydrogen with investment value over $20 billion. And clashes between warring parties in Sudan continue amid ceasefire truce collapse. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. Embodying the strong fraternal relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, His Highness Sayyidi Yazim bin Haytham Al Said attended the marriage ceremony of His Royal Highness Prince Hussein bin Abdullah II, Crown Prince of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, which took place at Zahran Palace in the Jordanian capital Amman. His Highness Sayyidi Yazim also attended the official reception and dinner banquet, which were held in celebration of the wedding of the Crown Prince of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan at Al Husseiniya Palace in Amman, in the presence of a group of distinguished guests. During the reception, His Highness conveyed the greetings and best wishes of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to His Majesty the King of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan of good health and happiness, and for the brotherly Jordanian people more prosperity and development. For his part, His Majesty King Abdullah II Ibn al-Hussein, King of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, asked His Highness Sayyidi Yazim bin Haytham Al Said to convey his deep thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the Sultan for his sincere congratulations, wishing him good health and long life, and for the Omani people further prosperity and growth. His Highness Sayyidi Yazim bin Haytham Al Said congratulated His Royal Highness Prince Hussein bin Abdullah II, Crown Prince of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, and Her Royal Highness Princess Rajwa Al Hussein, wishing them a happy marriage, praying to Allah the Almighty to perpetuate prosperity and development for Jordan and its people. On the other hand, Hydrogen Oman, a subsidiary of Energy Development Oman Group, signed 3 agreements on the production of green hydrogen in the Sultanate of Oman, with an expected output of 500,000 metric tons of green hydrogen, equivalent to 12 gigawatts of clean energy per year. The value of project is expected to reach over $20 billion. Another agreement was signed between the Ministry of Energy and Minerals and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning and Hydrogen Oman to get usufruct rights to use lands for renewable energy and green hydrogen projects. Shelling rocked Greater Khartoum today as fighting between Sudan's warring generals intensified, despite U.S. sanctions imposed after the collapse of a U.S. and Saudi broker truce. Witnesses reported artillery fire around the state television building in the city of Durman, just across the Nile. For nearly 7 weeks, deadly fighting between the regular army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) has gripped Khartoum and the western region of Darfur, despite repeated efforts to broker a humanitarian ceasefire. The army announced it had brought reinforcements to the capital from other parts of Sudan to participate in operations in the Khartoum area. 2 people were killed and 4 others were wounded today in Russian shelling of the village Komyshevaha in Ukraine's Zaporizhia region, the regional governor said. Yuri Malashko said on the Telegram messaging app that Russian forces had hit a multi-story residential building in the small village close to the front line in southeastern Ukraine. America's top diplomat insisted today that a strong Ukraine was a prerequisite for talks with Russia, hoping to preempt a pressure for a quick ceasefire that he warned would bring only a Potemkin or fake peace. In a speech in Finland, which after Russia's invasion of Ukraine shed its historic neutrality and joined NATO, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the war launched by President Vladimir Putin was a case study in failure. Blinken said at Helsinki City Hall that by observing President Putin's long-term strategic aims and objectives, there is no question Russia is significantly worse off today than it was before the full-scale invasion. Blinken earlier in the week also visited Sweden to champion the Nordic countries' own bid to join NATO, the Western alliance whose potential embrace of Ukraine was cited by Putin as a reason for the war, which has killed tens of thousands of people. Blinken delivered the speech in hope of laying down a firm U.S. position as he predicted a rising calls for a ceasefire for peace deal after Ukrainian forces launched a vaunted counter-offensive. The latest standoff over the U.S. debt ceiling resolved just days before the government forced a devastating default has prompted some to call for the country to ditch its self-imposed borrowing limit. Though the showdown unnerved investors and prompted threats for a second U.S. debt downgrade in a little over a decade, proposals to abolish the debt ceiling have gained little reaction in Congress in recent years. Congress has voted to raise or suspend the debt ceiling 21 times since the last time the country posted a budget surplus in 2001. During the time, the debt load has grown from 27% of GDP to 98%, government statistics show, as lawmakers have signed off on wars, tax cuts, and economic stimulus packages while expanding safety net programs. The United Nations Food Agency World Price Index fell in May to its lowest in 2 years as a slump in prices of vegetables, oils, cereals, and dairy outweighed increases for sugar and meat. The Food and Agriculture Organization FAO Price Index, which tracks the most globally traded food commodities, averaged 124.3 points in May, against a revised 127.7 for the previous month. The May score marked the lowest since April 2021 and meant the index was now 22% below an all-time peak reached in March 2022 following the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In a separate report on cereal supply and demand, FAO forecasts world cereal production this year at 2.813 billion tons, a 1% increase from the year 2022. The 13th Conference of Arab Ministers of Education concluded under the theme The Future of Education in the Arab World During the Digital Transformation Era. The conference was organized by the Arab League Educational, Cultural, and Scientific Organization in the Moroccan capital of Rabat. The conference discussed various educational issues, including parameters affecting education in the Arab world, digital skill development, education, digital infrastructure, trends in the field of education. The Sultanate of Oman's delegation was headed by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Khamis and Bousaidi, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Education for Education. Besides the industrial projects being constructed in the special economic zone at Duqm, the zone contains many tourism facilities and destinations to introduce a unique experience to visitors and residents in the wilaya of Duqm. Visitors and tourists can spend their times at a coastal area that extends to 80 kilometers and may head to the Arabian Oryx Sanctuary or head to the unique rock formation which is found in the Rock Garden. Tourists can visit these locations and enjoy the mild weather there. Since its establishment, the Duqm Airport, with the capacity to receive over 500,000 passengers per year, has contributed greatly to promote tourism and movement of goods in Duqm and the Wilaya of Al-Wusta. A huge turnover of passengers was recorded last year with the increase of 37%, and this is due to the growth in commercial and industrial activities in the special economic zone at Duqm. The Natural and Medical Sciences Research Center, in collaboration with Al Khalil bin Ahmed Al Farahidi Center for Arabic and Humanities Studies at the University of Nazwa, held a symposium on the contribution of Omani scholars in medicine and sciences. More details in the following report.
Throughout history, Omani scholars' contributions in various disciplines, whether in marine sciences, agriculture, or astronomy, have gone way beyond the regional level. To preserve such legacy and highlight those endeavors, the Natural and Medical Sciences Research Center, in collaboration with Al Khalil bin Ahmed Center for Arabic and Humanities Studies at the University of Nizwa, held a symposium on the contributions of Omani scholars in medicine and sciences.
This is very important symposium by all means in order to introduce our scholars to the world. And before introducing them to the world, we would like to introduce them to our society, to our school students, to our university students. This is very important. They shouldn't be ignored. While we read their contributions in all aspects, in all sciences, I do believe it is our ethical role to bring this to the society and to the world.
18 working papers were presented at the symposium, covering three main themes: astronomy, agriculture and mining, sailing, and medicine.
Our participation in this seminar is coming to show the efforts of the National Records and Archive Authority to maintain and save the main manuscripts of Omani scholars, such as this sample of manuscript of Ahmed bin Magid al-Sa'di, is the main scholar of sailing in last centuries. And this manuscript actually was very important because of the old of this manuscript, 440 years ago actually, and it's part of the collection of handmade of Ahmed bin Magid, handwritten of Ahmed bin Magid.
We were able to present in our part in geology, particularly in the efforts of Omani people in mining and their exploitation of geological resources. And from there we presented about several types of those resources, such as copper and such as rock salt. And from those we were able to demonstrate some efforts and some landmarks and tools that were used alongside with the mining efforts.
Besides highlighting the contributions of Omanis in medicine and sciences in different eras, the exhibition held on the sideline of the symposium showcased the efforts of national institutions in maintaining cultural heritage. Omani scholars have constantly enriched humanities with robust innovations and solutions, thus enhancing prosperity in all fields. From the University of Nizwa, Salih Abu Khalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya, Governorate.
under the auspices of Sayyida Sana bint Hamad al-Busaidi, advisor to the Minister of Education, a ceremony was held to mark WHO's 75th anniversary of unwavering commitment to aspire global health. We have more details in the following report.
In commemoration of the WHO's 75th anniversary, the WHO, jointly with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education, represented by the National Joint Committee, hosted a ceremony to honor all the significant achievements and milestones reached over the years nationally, regionally, and internationally. On this occasion, His Excellency Dr. Jean Jabour, WHO representative in the Sultanate of Oman, delivered his statement and thanked all partners for their continuous commitment to achieving WHO Eastern Mediterranean Region 2023 vision, promoting health for all by all.
First, I am very honored that I am celebrating the 75th year of WHO here in Sultanate of Oman. And this means a lot. This means a lot in terms of the close collaboration, in terms of the support provided by the government of Oman, mainly by His Excellency, the Minister of Health to WHO, and not only at the country level, but at the regional level and at the global level. And we see the presence of Oman is very strong at the three levels of the organization. I thank Oman for their support, specifically Ministry of Health, for providing senior technical expertise to the WHO of Oman for sustainability of our work and for supporting the public health in Sultanate of Oman.
For the great collaboration between Ministry of Health and the WHO office in Oman, we are celebrating here the 75th anniversary day for the WHO, and this is one of the activity of the joint committee between Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, and WHO office Oman, which have a lot of other activities that promote health in the school environment and increase the awareness about health problems, and the activity is continuous for next year, inshallah.
The curated celebration program encompassed an array of activities marking all collaborations and cross-cutting activities conducted throughout the year. This included the showcasing of health, dedicated videos submitted by schools from different governorates, followed by an interactive students' play and an engaging debate addressing the coinciding annual World No Tobacco Day under the theme Grow Food, No Tobacco. This commemorative effort serves as a powerful platform to raise awareness about the hazards of tobacco use, correct common misconceptions, and promote tobacco-free communities. WHO's 75th anniversary highlights the unwavering commitment to improving global health and is an opportunity to look back at the public health success of the past and come together with science, solutions, and solidarity to address future challenges. The World Health Organization is celebrating its 75th anniversary, represented by its office in the Sultanate of Oman. Great achievements have been witnessed throughout the country Oman and around the world. In 1948, countries of the world came together and founded WHO to promote health, keep the world safe, and serve the vulnerable so everyone, everywhere can attain the highest level of health and well-being. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. Greetings and best wishes of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq are conveyed by His Highness Sayyid B. Yazan bin Haytham to His Majesty the King of Jordan during the marriage ceremony of the Crown Prince of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. 3 development agreements are signed for the production of green hydrogen with investment value over $20 billion. And clashes between warring parties in Sudan continue amid ceasefire truce collapse. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.